Good morning, everyone. Another better than expected data results day. We had PPI this morning, and again, better than expected. So, what does that tell the market and everybody else? Who knows? Who knows? So far, the market likes what it sees. We are climbing slowly but steadily. As you can see back here, this was market, the data release here for the market. We, again, just like yesterday, responded very well to it. How we continue after that, who knows? But we had 2 days in a row of inflation data that came out better than expected, even after all of this fear mongering out there by the media and everything else about inflation going back up because of all these tariffs and whatnot. Now, it is a little early to say that that's not going to happen, but data so far suggests that we are still heading in the right direction for inflation. So, with that being said, here we are, market open, New York session. Welcome to the channel, everyone. For those of you that have already subscribed, thank you very much. We have hit and surpassed 200 subscribers yesterday. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're new here or you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. Help the channel out as we continue to grow at a very, very steady and nice pace. And I appreciate all of you because it is you that allows that to happen. So thank you once again. All right. Well, let's see what today brings. Are we in for a little bit of a recovery? Or do we have some more downside? I think that even if we get a little bit of upside, I don't think that we're completely done with our market correction. I think we have a lot of things still to come up. I think we have a lot of uncertainties still within the markets and within the economy. Analysts are now bringing up that word recession again, which, listen, it's totally possible. Okay. And to be quite honest with you, there are a lot of changes happening. A lot of things that are trying to be fixed. And when you have, when you are trying to do something that is very different than what has been done for a very long time, you often will get a little bit of pain for a little while before you start to see the results that you are promised or are looking for, right? So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's stay patient. It's only been a couple months here. Let's let things play out. Let's let everything calm down. And I truly believe that we will have a fantastic next 3 to 4 years in the markets, in the economy, and not just in the US. I believe worldwide also. We are in the midst of not just an economic change in the US, but in the world altogether. So I think we have a lot of good things coming, but we have to endure a little bit of pain um, so that things can be fixed as promised before we can start to see the really good results that were promised. That's my opinion. Take it for what you will and leave it. Makes no difference to me. I just speak out loud when I'm here. All right, so we're getting a little bit of a pullback here, which, to be honest with you, I kind of like this. I like that we're going to pull back to where we were before the PPI numbers came out. I like that we're coming back to retest this support here. If we hold support here, I think we have some definite upside for the day. Otherwise, you know, we might be continuing to trade sideways. I don't know that the market has any reason to continue its downward leg, but that doesn't mean that it won't, right? I just not seeing anything today But oftentimes, the market doesn't do anything at all what you would expect it to do. So, with that being said, let's just wait and see what happens here. Let's just go over PPI numbers real quick. Actually, before that, let's do, it's Thursday, so we have our normal continuing jobless and initial jobless claims. So our continuing jobless claims expectations were 1,900 thousand, or yeah, 1,900K. And the actual was 1870, so a little bit less than expectations. Nice bounce off of support here. Um, Initial jobless claims, we were looking for 225,000 and we got 220,000. Again, a little less than expected. Those are both good, right? Good signs there. Moving on to PPI. PPI month over month, we were expecting 0.3%. Last month was 0.6%. We get 0%. Really nice. Okay. PPI year over year, we were expecting 3.3%. Last month was 3.7%. We got 3.2%. Again, better than expected. Core PPI month over month, we were expecting 0.3%. Last month was 0.5%. We got a negative 0.1%. Okay. Really, really nice, miss to the downside there, which is better than expectations. Core PPI year over year, expectation was 3.5%. Last month was 3.8%. We got 3.4%. All of these numbers are aligned with yesterday's numbers, CPI data. All of them were better than expected. Good news for inflation. That's what I will say there. Tomorrow, another really important number coming out tomorrow. And, we'll see how that aligns with the data that we got this week. But tomorrow's Michigan consumer sentiment. That's a big deal. You want to see how the consumers are thinking about things. So let's let's wait to see what that comes out and says. That comes out at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Big push to the downside here in the Nasdaq, right through our support. Let's see if that actually holds. Volatility is still elevated, although much lower than it has been in the past couple days. Getting a big bounce there still. So let's see here. All right. Let's let this morning volatility play out for a couple more minutes and see what direction we might be heading in. You can see here um, that we've kind of just been, moseying around this support slash resistance, whatever you want to call it in the moment, all day today in previous sessions. Still looking like a downtrend overall, but let's see what we end up actually getting here. Just scrolling through the news here, seeing if anything catches my attention. Intel's stock is popping due to a new CEO announcement. We are still getting support here so far. So far. Hmm. Looks like we still got some selling pressure today. Market not might not be done with its move to the downside here. Hey, what's going on with that? Why is my pardon me while I fix my things here so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Because on this channel, we offer full transparency. Come on. Oops. There we go. I don't know why that changed. Everything else is the same, right? Yep. Okay. Just want to make. Oh, hey. Why you gotta be making moves while I'm doing other things here? What's going on? Nice strong push right to the downside. Pushing right past the support, which is again now resistance. All right. Let's see if we can get a little pullback here or retest or whatever. That'd be a nice confirmation. Mhm, mhm. This guy goes away. We don't need that. Okay, very good. Now you guys can see my P&L again. I don't know why that changed. I just did an update. Maybe that's why. I don't want to be accused of not showing my P&L. No, I mean, in all seriousness, yeah, I came on here with the idea of being completely transparent with everybody. So that's why I put that there. I can't hide that. Hmm. Interesting. All the talk is about tariffs again. I was just reading an article here uh, about a CEO who's complaining about the tariffs. And a lot of time, again, you got to be careful with this stuff that you're reading. You know, the CEO is talking about um, how these tariffs here are leading the U.S. into a crisis. Probably not, honestly. You know, probably not. But I tell you what, whoever the CEO is of this company obviously has something to lose. Um, you know, so like their opinions a lot of times is not an accurate opinion of the entire picture. It's an opinion on based on whether or not their company is going to do well. You know, which doesn't really do anything for you and I because it doesn't give you the full picture. Might be a little retest here. Just see how far down we've come. Yeah. I mean, we've made it this far. We're probably going to at least head into these lows here. I would. That's a nice strong push to the downside there. That 15-minute. Hmm. Got to wait for my strategy to play out. Right now, we've got no imbalances left behind here. It's all being eaten up by these large candles and wicks. So we have no play here. I don't think we have anything here either. Let's take a look here. Nothing down here, which is where we're headed. Nothing here really. Nothing left from the day before. Get rid of that one. Yeah, I don't really see much. It's too early to call this. This candle has to finish first. Let's see if the 1 hour gives us anything. You might be able to call this one there. Hmm. Look on the 4 hour. I don't know. We might still have a leg down here. I don't see anything saying otherwise. Same thing on the day chart here. Maybe some more consolidation today. Oh, there's your push to the downside there. Yeah, we're definitely headed lower. Hmm. Oh, Intel's up 15%. It's really the only thing that's up, though. We're definitely getting some momentum here. Oh, wow. Look at that. Talk about momentum. Hmm. Still no clean entry here. Hmm. Interesting. So we actually pushed past lows of the day from previous session here. So I would say, and now we're hitting lows of previous day. Yeah, if we break these lows here, previous day, we're definitely headed for another decent push to the downside, I believe. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit of a pullback so we can get in and ride the rest of the way down. So we're about to push past lows of yesterday. Yep, and there it is. All right, we got the selling pressures coming back in. We got volume, we got momentum. Looks like we are headed for the downside. So I would love to see a little pullback if we can get it. Although we're running on momentum now. This is just gonna drop. Hmm. Man. We do have a little itty bitty imbalance here. I don't really know if that's strong enough for it to pull back into with the momentum that we have going to the downside here, to be honest with you. And we missed that. So this 15-minute is about to close here. Let's see where we close. We got a minute left. So we also have an imbalance here. This might be a little bit of a better one to take. It just doesn't want to stop. Hmm. Hmm. Starting to create a little shelf here. Let me see where we are. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Getting a little bounce here. Let's see if we come up into this zone. This is about 50% of that last 15-minute candle, this zone here. All right, we're just going to take this out of play because that just got disrespected. Now, let's see if we can find something off of this one here. Hmm, Okay. So just being patient here, waiting for the proper entry. Let this play out here and see which way it heads. I think we still have some more downside for sure, seeing how we've broken past previous day lows. So the question now is where's price headed first before we continue down? Although this looks like a pretty strong reversal going on here. Blew right past this area of imbalance too. So where are we headed? Where are we headed? Okay, we're retesting basically lows of the day. Let me just look one more time, make sure we didn't leave anything back here. No. Still looking strong here on the with the bulls. Ugh. Definitely got some buyers here, right? This area of imbalance left a bunch of buyers, it looks like. As we dip in and we get a decent push out of this zone here each time. And there was enough here to push right through initially, and now we every time we come in, we're getting pushed right out. Hmm. But the same thing's happening above here, and the sellers are coming in also. So let's see who wins this battle here. I don't want to trade against the trend here, which is clearly down. Let's try for a short here. Don't know if it's going to work. Could get taken out real quick. But let's see. Targeting previous lows. Come on, let's get that downside. Not exactly what I want to see there, but no, that was a real quick FU trade. Damn it. Very interesting. All of a sudden, the bulls showed up this morning, huh? See where we landed there. So, okay, we got a almost a complete takeover of the previous candle there. Almost. Hmm. You have no imbalances left behind. Don't really have much here to go on. So, are we retesting here or are we going to blow right through it? So, a lot of momentum on the way up here. This happened pretty quick here. Big, strong push right through the resistance, which is now, once again, a support. Mm. These markets can't decide what they want to do. Hmm. Very interesting. There's finally an area of imbalance right there. right at the support slash resistance. Let's see what happens here. We're dancing. We're getting support there for sure. Yep, strong push right off the support there. So continued upside, it would seem so. So market open is here. We've almost made it back to market open. Almost a full recovery so far on the day. So a lot of times the Nasdaq does retrace back to opening or the lows or highs, whatever whichever direction we go, um, before continuing back in the opposite direction. So I wonder if that's what we're doing here, or we're just range trading again. It's a strong push off of market open. I might take this back down to the downside here. We're gonna try it. This happens often. Market open was here. This happens often where we run one direction, the market moves all the way back up to wherever the highs or lows of the day was, and then we continue the opposite direction. I know a lot of traders wait for this move and take it the opposite way. So let's try this here, see what we get out of it. It's a little bit of a wider stop than I normally like, but hey, in these conditions, you take what you can get, right? So let's see if we can continue back down to the downside here. No guarantees. Hmm. Let's see what else we got coming up here in the news. Yeah, this doesn't look pretty. Wow. Crazy movements again. I'm gonna say again. It's not like we ever had a break from it. Nothing too exciting in the news. See how the rest of the market's doing. Yeah, everything else pretty much recovered too to about open. We're all sitting. Everything is sitting right around where we opened for the day. So let's see. Intel was up almost 15.5% the last time I looked at this, and it's down to 0.15% and lost 15% in, I mean, I looked at this, what, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago? Yeah, da, da. Now we wait. We wait for the entries, and now we wait for the exits. That's all that this is waiting. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Crazy. It was such a nice move there to the downside, and then it just was like, yeah, just kidding. Come on. I mean, this was the same area here that we've had, a little bit of bouncing off of also, but ultimately we pushed through. It doesn't mean that's going to happen again this time, but let's see. Let's see. At some point, we're just going to get a really sharp move in one direction or the other, whichever way it decides to go today. And then we'll probably continue in that direction. That would be the appropriate direction. Thank you. We just got to keep it going. It's struggling right here at this level. Here we go. Let's get that push. Beautiful. Can we maintain? Oh, the 15 looks good. I like the way that looks. I just don't. So the question is are we going to get back down to the previous lows here? That is the question. We might end up getting stuck in this general area here. But let's let it play out, huh? Let's say if we break lows here, this candle here. If we break past this candle here, I think I'm going to move my stop loss to break even just to make this a risk-free trade. And then I'll probably start trailing at that point just because I don't know if we have enough to get all the way back down to. Let's see if let's let this close below actually before I move this. I don't want to do it too early. But also I don't want to lose another 1.5% today either. Let's just take this to break even. If it triggers, it triggers, but we did wick below it. So I think we definitely got some more downside here. Come on. Give it a little bit. Nice. If we start getting some strong pushes, then I'll start trailing the stop loss. But right now we're still getting a little bit of support in this area here. Honestly, mm, yeah, we're going to let it play out. Let it play out. I want to see some larger candles to the downside here. That would be nice. Start seeing some good strong candles that close strong instead of this stuff here. See where we are on the 15. Yeah, we got 4 minutes left to this one here. If this continues and closes bearish, yeah, see, we're right at daily lows again. Yeah. Let's give it a couple more minutes and see where that 15-minute candle closes. We're just over 1-to-1 here. Let's keep going. Just keep swimming. Ugh. What does JP Morgan say? JP Morgan says recession fears are not to blame for the sell-off. Points to another culprit. What is the culprit? I can't see it. You have to pay to read his articles, of course. Stupid. Listen, don't you know I'm not a profitable trader yet? I can't afford your subscriptions. Just let me read the article. Here we go. Continuation to the downside. Let's get a big push here. That's what I want to see. Big push. Let's get a 2-to-1 here. That's all I need. Let's see where that looks like it's going to be. 2-to-1 is just about here. Let's see. We'll put it here for now. Can we get to the lows? Let's see. If we break these lows, then I think we have enough to get here. If we start to slow down again down in this general area, then we might take our profits. But let's see. Let's go back here and see where we are so far. So we got a minute 20 left for our 15-minute candle here. If this closes bearish, then we'll hang out a little longer. So we got a minute left here. Let's see if this maintains its strength. Sometimes a little easier to watch the larger time frame when you're in a trade. It gives you a little bit of a better perspective. Sometimes those minute candles kind of spook you, I guess. But this is a better picture here. We need a good push here though, because we're getting stuck at this at the daily lows here, and I don't know. We might bounce off of that. So I'm gonna shoot back to the minute here and just watch what happens here. Be ready to take profits if I need to. Not what I want to see. Mm. I'm really trying to tell myself to stick in here. Would really like to see this trade play out. Do we have enough? I love that. I'm going to trail my stop loss now because if we break these highs anyway here, then the trade becomes invalid. So I'd rather take profits there if that's what's going to happen because we may not have enough to continue here. So here's basically we bounced off of um, lows of today from previous session. So if we continue to get support here, we may not have enough to make it back down to lows of New York session. But I want to let this play out. So we're just playing it safe. We move the stop loss to above this structure here, because if we do break this, then obviously that becomes invalid here, and we are most likely going back up to the upside. So I don't want to lose what I have here, but I want to let this continue to play. So if we do push past these lows here with some strength, then I believe our next stop will be lows of New York session. Let's see what the Bears got. I like that. See, we're not maintaining. That's the only part that spooks me a little bit. If we push past this low, this structure here, if we push past that, then I'm going to start trailing my stop loss a little closer. But again, I want to leave room for this to play out. So I'd like to see price come past this structure here, and then I'll start trailing a little bit closer, a little bit tighter. But if we do break these lows here, then that gives me even more confidence that we're heading down to the take profit. At any point in time here, honestly, we could just, rocket back up to the other direction here. That's just the market that we're in right now. So trailing the stop loss is a good idea in times like these. So at least get a little bit out of the trade. I don't want to go too close because I want to leave enough room um, for price to run. But again, we're still getting some decent support here, which aligns with previous, you know. So we'll see. That's what I was afraid of. Any point in time, you can get a rocket back to in the other direction because this structure here, that's what that tells you, right? You can see that. So at least I'll get a little bit out of the trade if I get taken out. Okay. I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that. See, and that's the thing. I knew that if we broke these highs right here, we're moving. So that was a good place to move that stop loss because this trade becomes invalid once we break this structure here, right? You can see that we have a little resistance here. If we broke that, we were definitely heading back up. So instead of it going all the way back and me being negative, I took a little bit off the top there. Totally okay with that. So I'm only down like 0.4% now on the day, maybe 0.5%. That's okay. Win some, you lose some. Still green overall. Yeah. There's no telling what direction this market's going to go. That's the thing with where we're at. I mean, look at this. This is craziness. Even on the 15 here, we had a nice push down this morning with really, we weren't even really at any kind of special level here. We just got a complete um, retracement here. It continued and then plummeted, right? We basically went back up to market open, New York session open, I should say. Took a huge rejection off of the New York session open, continued. That was a good trade. I'm not mad at that at all. This often happens in the Nasdaq where we pushed to one direction and then we retrace all the way back to um, where New York session opened, and then we continue. Uh, so I felt really good about taking this trade here. Yeah. Yeah. That was, uh that was an alright trade, and I'm proud of myself for letting it play itself out. I didn't move my stop loss too early, which is something that I often do, and I've been working on. I've been mentally yelling at myself to not touch it while the trade is playing out. It does seem to help to go to a larger time frame while you're in that trade, uh, because you get a better picture, and it's not so, some of these candles here that you get while you're in the trade are a little bit spooky, I guess, right? So if you zoom out, it gives you a little bit less anxiety about being in the trade. And I've tried that a couple times, and it definitely seems to help for me. So getting over this final piece for me, which I believe is the last piece that I need to conquer, which is that fear of losing, which just happens to be the piece, right? Uh, I think that that's a huge step in the right direction for me in becoming successful and profitable. So I think I did really well with moving my stop loss at an appropriate time. I moved it to an appropriate place, to let this continue to run. You can see how the structure started to slow down here. We continued to the downside, but it wasn't these larger moves here, right? As like you got here, like the space between the lows continued to shorten. That's also an indication that you might be slowing down and changing direction. So, all in all, I think I'm pretty happy with that trade. The trade earlier this morning, risky trade. I was looking at this structure here. I went with the direction of the day, uh, seeing if I can catch this continuation to the downside here, which didn't work out for me. I got taken out by this beautiful bullish candle right here, and that's okay. It is what it is. But definitely caught this trade here, got in at a nice place, let it play out, moved my stop loss appropriately, took some profits on that one, which mitigated the loss for the day. And honestly, I think I'm going to be done for the day because over trading is a problem, and that is a problem I don't want to have. So, and now we're getting into the time of day where things start to get a little bit more choppy because volume starts to decrease. So, um, yeah, I mean, I'm good with that. What do you guys think? You guys have any opinions on that? I know a couple of you were watching that trade play out. I think for me, I think that was a pretty good trade there. It's too bad it didn't play out completely. It may now, but I still think that I made the right moves there. Yeah. So yeah, just about break even on the week actually. Negative $9. That's too bad. That was up a little bit there. So let's see. So 7%, 7.7% is what I'm down today. That's all right. I'll take that. That's a minor down day. It's all good. We got one more day in the week. See how it goes. It'd be nice if so we did get a really nice decrease in volatility. It'd be nice if throughout the day we continue to decrease, and tomorrow maybe we have some nicer movements in the market. We have Michigan consumer sentiment tomorrow. That's a big hitter for the market, so that'll, you know, depending on what happens there. Honestly, we can get some terrible number with that, and then volatility spikes, and such is the life of a trader in the market, right? But we'll see. I'm glad that I took that trade. I see this all the time, and I never capitalize on it. So I'm glad that I actually took that trade today. Still getting support here. Just gonna hang out for a couple more minutes here just to see if this does actually continue back. Not that I would have done anything differently. I don't think I would have done anything differently. Think that whole trade was well executed. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm totally okay with the way I played that trade out. I think that was well executed for me. Very, very nice trade. Um, yeah, very good. Any comments from anyone? Okay, what do you guys think there? Oh, here's an article that everyone's going to love, at least here in the US. Egg prices are rapidly falling so far in March. It's like, it's insane that how difficult it is to find eggs these days. Um, and when you do find them, it's extremely expensive for a dozen eggs. It's insane if you can find them. Wouldn't that be nice if you could, people can afford eggs again? It's so insane to even say that, to be able to afford eggs. Yeah. So it looks like we're just going to continue our consolidation here around this support slash resistance zone, which is right around like the 19.5 ish. It looks like, the bulls and the bears are in agreement that this is where price should be right now while we're waiting for all of our data to come out. I think consumer sentiment tomorrow, the Michigan consumer sentiment tomorrow, is going to have a decent role in figuring out where we go. And then next week, we have our FOMC meeting. So rate decision is next week. I don't, you know what? Let's actually, while we're all here, let's take a look and see what the market is expecting for a cut next week. Da, 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 da. Here we go. Okay. So March 19th. Okay, that's Wednesday next week. And by the way, I will be live in the morning trading, and I will also be live for the FOMC conference. Always go live when Daddy Powell speaks, especially on rate decision day, right? Because that's gonna. Phew. So yeah, we're at 98% probability of no cut. Right, that's where we're at right now. What's the current rate? Let's see. Current Fed funds rate. Yeah. Um, okay. So 98% chance that we get no cut, still a pause. And to be honest with you, with the data that we've gotten out, you know, decent jobs data, still good trending negatively inflation data. There really is no reason for the Fed to change their plan at this point. And their plan is right now, wait, let their policy play out a little bit longer. They're in a good position to cut if they need to quickly, or raise if they have to. And with all this tariff talk and recession and increased inflation down the pike, I believe that they're not gonna change the Fed rate either. So 98%, there's no reason for them to do it. According to them anyway. I don't believe that we should be at this level still. You know, we're uh we're lower than 3%. What are we, like 2.6% or something like that inflation. And the goal is 2%. I mean, come on, we shouldn't be sitting at 4.33% for a Fed rate fund, or Fed fund rate. But anyway, that's my opinion. But there's no reason based on the Fed's plan to change what they're doing still. So I agree with this 98% chance that we get no cut next week. And then, the market always moves wildly during his press conference. So we'll definitely be live for the press conference next week on Wednesday. The numbers come out at 2 p.m. The press conference starts at 2:30. So I'll be live just before 2 p.m. to catch the numbers, catch the market movement for whatever the rate decision is going to be, and then we'll hang out and we'll watch Daddy Powell come out and throw the market around like he does often. So that'll be fun next week. All right, I think I'm going to be done today, guys. I made 2 trades, one loss, one win ish, and yeah, I'm good with that. We're ending the week slightly in the red, but total overall, we're still in the green. The account is still up 2.2%. So we're good. So thanks for watching. Appreciate all of you. If this is your first time here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you guys have already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if you missed it before, but we are above 200 subscribers now. We continue to grow, and it's all because of you guys. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Um, with that being said, stay green, be picky with your trades. We're still in some crappy market structure here, so be careful. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow morning. Market open. Have a good day.